I'm Sharon Gray. I'm now an educational consultant. Before this, I was a head teacher for 18 years and an Ofsted inspector for 9 years. In this video, I'll talk you through the action we took to take Netherfield Primary School from special measures to outstanding. I'll talk you through the steps we took with some ideas and questions to consider in your own school, and I'll draw on the structure and tools from Oxford Owl's School Improvement Pathways that I think would have really helped us at Netherfield. In schools, we do all sorts of things at the same time, so it's absolutely key to dissect which elements actually enable the very best outcomes for your pupils. At Netherfield, we asked staff to produce impact reports and found that creating these reports and then sharing their findings with their peers helped staff to feel ownership about their area of responsibility and accountability. We didn't want these impact reports to add greatly to teachers' workload, so they were updated every half term. But they provided a very useful evidence trail of the progress that we're making, of what went well and what didn't go so well. Making sure that these types of evidence trails are very specific, very precise, very detailed will help you identify what is working. It's also important to include the anecdotal stuff. Our impact reports helped us when personnel left because we could pass on the progress in that area and didn't have to start from scratch. They also paid off when Ofsted visited because we had the very clear evidence available of how we had dug deeper at every level to reach our decisions about the impact we were making and how this fed into our school strategic plan. At Netherfield, it was also really important for us to measure the impact that we were having among the whole school community. So we encouraged parents and carers and people in the community to feed back in all sorts of different ways. Pathways has a number of tools to help you gather this information in your school, including parent questionnaires. It's really important to ensure that the evidence you gather from pupils, staff and the whole school community feeds into your review and planning your next steps. Take time to revisit your strategic plan and summarise the evidence of your performance against each task. This will help you identify the next steps you need to take. Draw on the evidence you have gathered throughout taking action and also on post-initiative reviews you have carried out to measure the success of each initiative. Sometimes it's useful to see the thinking others have done to help you get your own review underway, such as the exemplars you can find in Pathways. There are also tools to help you focus your evaluation, such as post-initiative review templates. As part of your post-initiative review, really question what was successful and why. Ensure your evidence for success is focused and detailed. It's important to keep building on those successes to ensure you go from strength to strength. Take care to avoid making assumptions about your evidence though, and continue to challenge your thinking throughout. For actions that haven't had a significant impact, try to pinpoint the reasons why the success measured wasn't as expected. Consider whether there are changes you could make to increase the success of these initiatives, or whether you need to revisit these aspects in more detail and review how you address these issues going forward. Use the MADE structure to help you plan what you need to do. Maintain, amend, introduce or discard. I believe that evaluation is absolutely fundamental throughout, because without it, how will you inform your next strategic action and your next cycle of review? As important as it is to plan for the future, it's crucial to take a moment to celebrate your successes. We celebrated by sharing our findings with our stakeholders. We also wanted everyone who came with us on our journey to feel part of this celebration. We wanted to feed back to all of the parents, carers and people in the community that with their help we were making a difference. And of course we wanted our teachers to feel valued for the role that they had played. We all know the value of data, but sometimes it's the personal story that actually highlights the impact you have made. We had one young man with behavioural issues who came to us at Netherfield after being out of school for nearly 4 years. We knew he was going to be incredibly anxious on arrival, and so much so that we might need support in getting him into school. So we risk assessed that and we had a plan. He got out of the car and he was anxious. He started to abscond. Very, very dangerous in terms of making sure he was safe. We supported him by guiding him, by holding him, by bringing him into the school. A member of staff and I sat and held and restrained him gently, calmly, telling him that we were holding him safely until he could hold himself safely. and when he could hold himself safely, we didn't need to hold him any longer. He settled and calmed, and within half an hour he was in his classroom. I was so very, very proud of the team and the work and effort that they had all put in to enable us to get this young man's life back on track. I guess that's our job, isn't it? It's accurately identifying what the real need is and then enabling our staff to develop the confidence and have the ownership to be really courageous and do what is right for our children in this current climate to ensure that we get the very best outcomes.